lots of rain. This is going to be too wet. I do believe this is going to be way too wet. We're not doing this. We're going to have to get creative. Welcome to the Scavenger Show. I'm your host, Kevin. And today we're covering lots of ground. Literally trying not to cover lots of mud. We're going from Fort Worth to Dallas on mostly paved and gravel pathways and trails. But hey, we had an overnight rain. And I think Fort Worth got hit harder than back home. So our first run that we were going to try out looks to be muddy. That's okay. We know how to work around it. It is seriously wet down here. Definitely more rain overnight in Fort Worth proper than back home, but that's okay. I don't mind getting wet. I'm just going to stay out of the mud. So like I said, we're covering a lot of ground. We're going to show off what we've called our Monster Cross route from Fort Worth to Dallas for years. Through, we'll call it the Trinity River Corridor. It's going to be mostly gravel and paved path. It can be, actually, you don't have to do any of the gravel. The gravel's optional. And depending on how much water they're holding, we may stay pavement all day today. We'll see. I usually try to do the gravel sections whenever I can. We're also doing something pretty cool in conjunction with our friends at Ride with GPS. Got a little scavenger hunt thing going on, and we're going to put out some Ride with GPS cutty caps. Matter of fact, I think I'm going to put the first one out right here. This one's mine, technically, but you know what? It's ready to go, so we're just going to put it here. Cold Springs, north of the river. So what we're going to do now is take a picture of this, and we're going to post it. That's one of 10. Ride with GPS is going to put out clues and hints and GPS coordinates of these scavenger hunts all over the country where these hats are. And my intent is for all of my 10 hats to be along this, our old Monster Cross route. However it shakes out today, there's changes in the works. We'll talk about that more later. So we're going to talk about the Spin and Street calendar as slated so far for the rest of the year. There's going to be more stuff added, but we got a bunch of stuff going already, and we'll talk about those in a little bit more detail. There's our gravel, but it's holding water, so we're going to stay off the gravel at the moment. Morning. Hey. Come on. Hey. Yeah, Fort Worth got a bunch of rain. Usually I'd be riding that, but that's muddy right now. Saturated. And that's what I'm saying. We'll see what we run across today on our Monster Cross route. I'm thinking my low water crossings aren't going to work. Well, river is definitely up. Unpaved sections are definitely muddy. We're going to have our go around it. We're not going to be able to do the low water crossing here just west of Gateway Park. We're going to have to take that bridge up there. I am starting to get a little concerned what the Dallas side is going to be like. I wasn't expecting the river to still be this high, so chances are greater than zero that we're going to come across something impassable. That bike sign, that's a nice little how you doing. Yep. Cuddy Cap 2. Right there. All right, 2 of 10 down. Next one in 5 miles. So let's take this opportunity to talk about our next ministry event. We are doing our Chef's Kiss bikepacking weekend next weekend. I think it's 7th and 8th of June, Saturday and Sunday, but you're also welcome to camp out Friday night. My good friend Chef Brad Green is doing some sweet ass cooking for a select crew of semi-supported bikepackers from 4R Ranch Vineyards and Winery in Munster, Texas, to Ponderosa Guest Ranch in Forestburg, Texas. Each day's mileage is about 50 miles, roughly. It's a 100-mile weekend. And Chef Brad's covering with his gourmet-esque self, covering Saturday morning breakfast, Saturday evening dinner, putting all that together, and a Sunday morning grab-and-go breakfast. And we're doing it as on a semi-supported basis. What that means, if you don't want to carry all your gear, we'll carry your gear for you from spot to spot. Camping is provided. And there's even cabins at Ponderosa Guest Ranch, additional charge, but Lori is giving us 15% discounts for those that want them. If you don't want to tent camp Saturday night. And this is free for Club Ministry Titanium members. This is a new concept we're wanting to try out. And Titanium members get first crack at access at no extra charge. And just as a heads up, we're going to be doing lots more benefit like that for our Titanium members going forward. So if you're on the fence about it, I can ultimately assure you, you're going to get your money's worth out of your Club Ministry Titanium membership. That said, price to be determined. We only have 12 spots. Half of them are gone already. And I know that folks are kind of, with the crazy weather we're having, folks are kind of taking a wait and see attitude on the weather, and I get that. Weather is always a factor. And if we only end up with 6 people, that's actually perfectly fine. This is a proof of concept. We want to do a lot more of these Chef's Kiss type events with other big plans down the road. Like I said, a Titanium membership is going to be worth its weight in gold. Or titanium. Found some slime. All right. About busted my ass the first time trying to be ginger and just caught one edge of it. Woo! Then I was super careful and about busted my ass the last time on this last stretch. So here's the biggest pain in the butt on this trail. Dismount, bike ahead. And yeah, you gotta dismount. Let's see if all this big ass bike can fit through here. Yeah, I think we'll be okay today. Oh, Kevin's too big for it though. Pretty flowers. I think I may try to put it behind one of these signs if there's a way to do that. Right there. Right there. Good grief, it's muddy everywhere. Oh man. Good thing I'm just tooling along today because I'm a tool. A lot more wet and muddy than I was expecting. That's a good thing. There's a tremendous chance that if you're watching this video, even if it's days, weeks, possibly months down the road, some of these caps might still be around. Ruh-roh, what we got going here? The people that will be looking for the caps tomorrow, I'm guessing most of them aren't adventurous enough for some of this stuff like we're up against right here. We'll see. What do we got? What a mess. Holy moly. Well, let's walk through it. Good grief. So, like I said, I wanted to touch on Spinistry calendar through. Oh my, this is slimy. Holy moly. I don't mind my feet getting wet. I just don't want to slip and bust my ass and the camera and the bike and everything else. Yeah, don't ride through this. Holy moly. Why is all this mud way up here? I'm not sure what happened here. I don't see this being a flood. Doesn't make sense. Somebody explain this to me. And I just tried to bust my ass again. So we're doing Chef's Kiss, and we've got other events on the calendar, traditional events, but like we have a couple of pop-up rides. Actually, it's down to one. I canceled one of them this morning. We have some pop-up rides scheduled this weekend, and I want to touch on that because pop-up rides are pop-up rides because they can happen anytime. Oh, and I'm gonna have to clean the mud off these tires. This is gonna suck. My bottles are already covered in mud. So we got pop-up rides that can pop up anytime because they're called pop-up rides based on weather and openings in our schedule and things like that. In July, we head back towards Central Texas for our July Night Train Gravel Express. We'll be staging out of Harmony Hall, our Shelby routes, but doing it at nighttime in the Texas heat. So good stuff there. July 20th, weather is always a factor. Hell of a North Texas returns to its traditional weekend in conjunction with Tour de Paris, Sunday, July 20th. We had Hell of the North Texas scheduled earlier this month. And hey, weather's always a factor. So we pushed it to the summer when hopefully those Lamar County roads are dry and not mud fests. Then we're looking at doing another Chef's Kiss thing the following weekend, July 27th weekend. If I have my dates off, forgive me. I'm trying to work from memory here. Not sure exactly how that's going to work from a pricing perspective or how the weekend itself is going to work. We're going to try out next weekend Chef's Kiss, take our learnings from that one, and put the next July event together. This is probably my least favorite part of the route currently in the current configuration. Oh yeah, and we're shedding mud now. Probably going to get all over the lens. But I know there's supposed to be, in this section through here, supposed to be that new trail eventually. But until then, we have to do this short paved stretch. It's not the end of the world, but definitely not my favorite. Dead beaver. Number 4. Back we don't want. We're going to tuck it back here. There you go. All right. River Legacy Park in Arlington. Well, there's no doubt the Monster Cross route doesn't work. We're gonna number 5, I think, somewhere around there. I'm gonna tuck this behind this Bird's Fort sign. There's a hole in the post. And there you go. We're officially at Type 2 Fun Zone. Holy hell. Construction everywhere. Mud everywhere. Nothing works the way it has in the past. I've been riding through too much crap and shit, traffic-wise and construction-wise and mud-wise, to put out any more caps. I'm not going to make anyone else go through it. But I've lost count. Am I at 4 or 5? I don't know. Dallas side's probably going to get pretty thick. I expected to put some in between, but just the one in Arlington. So hopefully we can get to Dallas. Somewhere on the Campion Trail, somewhere. I'm not sure where. I'm so lost and, well, not lost, but all my bearings are off. So CT 166, something 16.25 something. I guess that's miles. I'm not even sure how many we have left. I'm gonna put one behind that tree. That makes this number 6, right? Sounds right. We're gonna put it right back there. This looks like a good spot for another one. Maybe see if I can find it. Yeah, we'll stash at that tree. See, back there in that tree. The Dallas side's been one of these every shit quarter mile or so. Well, there went my lens cleaner. So let's try not to splash the lens. These don't seem to be as slippery, slimy as the Fort Worth ones, but I'm not taking a chance. We're just gonna put it right there. Right there. This one's mine. Yeah.
Before I forget, thanks for putting this together.
You're very welcome. Glad you made it out.
Yeah, I appreciate it. This is really nice.
Sorry, don't mean to laugh at you, Rich. I thought you were looking right at it.
That made it even better. Can you do that again?
I got it on video, so.
Nice.
Welcome to the Spinistry Show. I am your host, Kevin. And today we're covering a lot of ground, literally. We're going to talk about our cutty cap stash with our friends from Ride with GPS, our attempt at our Monster Cross Fort Worth Dallas or Dallas to Fort Worth route, and some other updates while we're on a cool pop-up ride. Hey guys, how y'all doing? So pretty. Oh my, I like this. I like riding bikes. So the reality is I wasn't planning on recording this video today. I was supposed to record it yesterday, but we ran into some stuff. So we're probably going to mix some of yesterday's footage into this to tie all the pieces together, because I wasn't able to do it yesterday. I had a lot on my plate. So this video is gonna show all the spots where we stash cutting caps, and spoiler, our monster cross route doesn't work presently. I'll talk more about that later. The plan was to use the monster cross route that we've been using for 15 years and put out the cutting caps along that, which I ended up doing, but lots of the monster cross route is not viable at the moment, unfortunately. It led to some type 2 fun. I wasn't happy last night, but it's all good. So I wasn't able to talk about everything I wanted to talk about yesterday for the Spinistry calendar. Today we are on world famous Wade Road. Probably the best travel road in North Texas. Coming left. Unfortunately, it used to be all the roads around here that led to this were gravel and unpaved as well. Most of them are paved now. So we have to get a little creative. Not sure if I made it, no, I know I didn't make it clear yesterday. But the whole intent was to get to Victory Station in Dallas and ride the train at the end of the Monster Cross route back to Fort Worth, which I did end up doing. But yeah, yesterday was a beating. Monster Cross route is not viable at the moment. Oh, here we go. Here's Wade Road. Wade Road is viable at the moment. Isn't that something? So the Monster Cross route, they're tearing up all the old stuff while they're building all the new stuff, and basically none of it is working right now. So I can't send people down that route these days. Oh yeah, my legs are feeling yesterday now. I was beat up after yesterday. So while we were in all that rigmarole trying to put out cutty caps on the Monster Cross route that wasn't working, having to find creative go-arounds, drudging through high water and mud and everything else, part of the intent yesterday was to talk about the Spinistry calendar that we have in place, and we didn't even get halfway through that list. Here's more of Wade Road. Gotta love it. I think yesterday we left off at Hell of the North, Texas. July 20th in Paris. Back to our traditional weekend in conjunction with Tour de Paris. And then the following weekend, I think July 27th, 28th, we're wanting to do a chef's kiss something, but we don't know what that is yet. That's going to be dependent on what we learn from our first chef's kiss ride next weekend. And that brings us to August 12th, I believe. First half of August. The return of the Midnight Mash with the Long Route Midnight Massacre. Easily, it's funny, it's not our biggest ride. That's almost always a Texas Chainring Massacre. Of course, that picks up lots of people from out of state and all over the country. But as far as people that do multiple rides of ours each year, Probably Midnight Mash / Midnight Massacre is the consensus of everyone's favorite gravel ride of the year. Because it's August in Texas. It's hot, but people still want to ride their bikes. So after the Midnight Mash, I want to make it clear, this is not a complete calendar by any stretch of the imagination. We're going to try to do a Chef's Kiss / Shade Tree barbecue ride, which are usually smaller groups, at least once a month. Pop-up rides like what we're on today. They're called pop-up rides because it just depends on openings in the calendar, weather permitting, that sort of thing. We definitely have other rides we're going to throw into the mix as pieces come together. We've got a fantastic new property with an amazing route that I worked out around it that we got to figure out how that fits into the calendar when. So this is not a complete calendar. Lots of words to say that. In September, Texas Gravel Champs. Apologies, I can't remember the date. I'll see if I can do a text overlay on that one. October, we're going to do Rat 1000 and other stuff to be determined. November 8th weekend, Ministry Palooza. It's going to be super special this year. New routes, new staging venue, lots of new stuff, and it will be a Chef's Kiss Ministry Palooza. Presently, what I have in mind, don't know how to make the logistics work, but we're going to work on it. The week prior to Ministry Palooza, we're going to try to do a semi-supported Tasha trail ride, basically the week before, to meet up with the Ministry Palooza people at the end of that. So anybody that's looking for a supreme adventure, that's in the works. December we'll do Louisiana Gravel Champs, and mixed in with all of that, we're going to do some Club Ministry group rides along the Tuba Trail, Florida, Georgia, Louisiana for sure. I'd like to do Mississippi, Alabama maybe. Nothing against Alabama, it's just the logistics of that are a little bit tougher, and same with Mississippi. And hopefully in August we'll make it out west and scout more of the Tuba Trail as well. And in case anyone's wondering about the Taco Casa loop, I was hoping to have it done by June 1st. After what we went through yesterday, it ain't happening. With how wet everything's been and the river's up, we're gonna have to wait for things to dry off and probably cool down. Who knows, maybe we'll get lucky and have some school stretches in June or July. But right now, we're gonna have to hold off on that one. I'd still like to get it done by July 1st. Where are you supposed to be? Huh? No, I don't want to scare you. There you go. You go that way. Good plan.